Alrighty everyone, welcome back. We are now in the last week of March, give or take, before we get to see Chapter 21 of The Mandalorian Season 3 by this Wednesday. That's said to have a completely different tone in comparison to past chapters for the third season by Jon and Dave. This is Mike Zero. Subscribe if you're new and like this video to see future Star Wars updates. I'm also on Twitter at Mike01. I thank you also very much for the great and kind support. Now, given that they are working on Mando Season 4 already, and have been for a while now, their key focus right now has all to do with Star Wars Ahsoka, and we've talked about this many times. The Disney executives view the Ahsoka Tano series as the home run for Disney Star Wars on Disney+. This is going to be like the series that they want to make into a multi-season show. They already got a second season approved. They're even looking forward to renewing it for a third season if Season 2 proves to be very successful. So there's a lot of things going into the Ahsoka show because we're getting live-action adaptations of Ezra Bridger, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Sabine Wren, Hera Syndulla, and even some surprise Legends character cameos in the mix. But I digress. This all involves Darth Vader, and a specific Darth Vader leak that I believe is by far one of the best ones out there in Star Wars history. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, I do suggest that you guys back out of this video right now. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, we know that Hayden Christensen signed up for a multi-show contract deal about 6 months ago, where he's not just limited to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, he's also going to be making reappearances in The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, other surprise Star Wars shows that are about to be announced later this year as well. There's a lot of thought processing going into this by Disney executives. Now, with the Ahsoka Tano series, alright, this actually has a lot to do with both Vader and Ahsoka. With the Ahsoka show now in post-production with some additional filming planned, there is one big sequence that both Jon and Dave are working on together that involves actor Hayden Christensen returning as Darth Vader. Now, it's noted that one major scene that was filmed between Hayden and Rosario Dawson involves a full-on recreation of the fight on Malachor between both Ahsoka and Vader inside of that Sith temple that you do see in Rebels Season 4, straight from the ending there. The battle is described to also involve the moment Ahsoka strikes Vader's mask, revealing his face again, and was Dave's opportunity to outperform Joby Harold's take on the scene that he seemingly copied from Dave in the Kenobi series. In this fight, there are some differences in the battle, but nothing too significant. Some new lines of dialogue thrown in there will be delivered, as well as new scenes between Vader and Ahsoka that were never seen before. Surprisingly, Ezra Bridger, portrayed by Aman Asfandi, saves Ahsoka from Malachor using the World Between Worlds, is also being completely recreated for live-action purposes. The scene is almost near complete and is said to be one of the most intense lightsaber duels since Revenge of the Sith's Anakin versus Kenobi. Now let me pause here quickly for 1 second before I get to the more exciting material, is that the fact that this battle between both Vader and Ahsoka is said to have prequel trilogy vibes and is said to outperform the battle between Anakin and Kenobi on Mustafar, I think is a big deal. And when you look at stuff like this, it makes sense why Dave Filoni would want to recreate this entire scene in live-action form. Some fans may like this, some fans may not like this. The fans that are fully unaware of what happened in Season 4 of Rebels are going to love this, without a doubt. It's going to be very new to them, very unexpected. Basically, this is Dave's way of boosting the familiarity of Malachor and exactly how Ahsoka Tano was saved through the World Between Worlds, and exactly is it going to be serving as a setup, if you will, as to exactly what the World Between Worlds is able to do and what it's not able to do. There are limitations. So what's really intriguing about this is exactly what's going on with Malachor. Now, we know that there were a lot of sets built that deeply resembled the Sith Temple that you guys got to see in Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels, and this is matching directly up with this now, about this big, intense battle between both Vader and Ahsoka. So we're getting, yes, another moment where Vader's mask is going to be split in half. It may seem repetitive to other fans out there, but apparently Dave was not too fond of Joby Harold literally kind of copying that from Star Wars Rebels Season 4, and this is Dave's way of kind of doing it the right way. Listen, I like that moment in Kenobi, I will be honest. I think it's one of the most powerful moments in the Kenobi series that was very emotional. I didn't really care if Joby Harold took that moment from Dave Filoni, because it wasn't like, I guess, a straight-up copy. It was in a sense where, yes, you had a main character striking Vader's helmet, I understand that, but the surroundings and the emotion was completely different. But Dave Filoni wants to do it the right way this time, and he wants to make sure that it's going to be done the way it was originally done. So I kind of like that opportunity for Dave to kind of just show fans exactly, you know, where that idea really came from to begin with. So the next thing is even all the more surprising here, is that, however, John and Dave have been debating on whether or not they want to use this scene as an opener for Season 1 or save it until Season 2, since the story for Season 2 is said to be more focused on Ahsoka and Vader in a shocking way for fans to understand. However, the latter is going to be very unlikely, so meaning it's most likely that they're going to save it for Season 1, which only makes sense. Why not save the best, in the very beginning? Now, the fight between Ahsoka and Vader is described to be around 7 minutes long in length, and the sequence in which Ezra saves Ahsoka will serve around 2 minutes of screen time. This is said to be the way that Filoni will introduce the WBW to casual fans that may have never watched the animated shows, and is the best way to explain to other fans what this realm is able to do and what it's not able to do. Vader's suit and Hayden's performance is best described to completely surpass the performance seen in the Kenobi series and how it was executed in that show as well. So, again, that's another reason why I think fans should feel very reassured, is that this style of acting between both Hayden and Rosario, it's going to outperform the acting between Ewan and Hayden in the Kenobi series. And that's saying a lot. That's really, kind of showing fans how much thought is going into the Ahsoka show. It's going to have a big budget. It's going to have very cinematic looking moments in it, almost appearing like a movie in some segments, and then kind of going back to that very bare bones style in other areas. And I like that. The fact that this show is really going to have a movie-esque look to it is what's needed by John and Dave to really kind of give themselves a better image, right? So, I'm very happy about Hayden, the fact that this is going to be the real opportunity for him to shine, and for him to really kind of deliver Vader in a show that's most likely not going to be near as close to the criticism of the Kenobi series, not even close. They want to make sure that Ahsoka is going to be like the new flagship show. Alright? Going above The Mandalorian. They want to make it the new flagship series and make it the main thing that fans are going to look forward to. So that's basically their big shift right now. They want to make Mandalorian secondary, and they want to make Ahsoka the primary. And some fans may hate that, some fans really grew on The Mandalorian Season 1 and 2. There's been some criticism on the third season. I know that they were very strict on time with that season, so who knows if that really had an effect on the story. But anyways, feel me down below, guys, in the comments what you have to say about this, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.